what did ancient humans smoke before tobacco? A thin ribbon of gray smoke rises through the branches, not from a chimney, not from a village, but from a shallow fire scraped into the earth by hands that have never seen metal, never written a word, never imagined that one day entire civilizations would build fortunes around a single leaf. A figure leans closer, the embers glow. Then, almost absent-mindedly, something green is placed onto the fire. The smoke changes, its scent becomes sharper, more bitter. The figure inhales, not deeply, not recreationally, almost experimentally. For a brief moment, chemistry enters consciousness. Thousands of years before tobacco ever crossed human lips, our species had already begun an extraordinary relationship with smoke, and almost nothing about it was accidental. Most people imagine smoking beginning with tobacco. That is where modern history places its spotlight. The cigarette, the cigar, the pipe. But tobacco is astonishingly young. For more than 95% of human history, it simply did not exist for most of the world. Yet smoke followed humanity almost everywhere. This raises a question that feels strangely obvious only after it is asked. If ancient humans weren't smoking tobacco, what exactly were they breathing? The answer leads into one of the oldest psychological experiments ever performed, one conducted not by scientists, but by evolution itself. Long before humans understood chemistry, chemistry understood humans. Every plant on Earth exists within an invisible war. Unable to run from predators, plants manufacture weapons instead. Bitterness, poisons, hallucinogens, stimulants, sedatives. Thousands of molecules evolved not to help animals, but to discourage them from eating. Nicotine, caffeine, morphine, THC, cocaine. These are not gifts, they are defenses. Each one emerged over millions of years as part of an evolutionary arms race between plants and the creatures trying to consume them. The unsettling realization is that nearly every drug humanity later embraced first evolved to manipulate animal nervous systems. The forest had been inventing neurochemistry long before humans ever noticed. Most people assume ancient humans searched for drugs. The evidence suggests something quieter. They searched for survival. Imagine a hunter gathering unfamiliar leaves after days without food. Some nourished, some poisoned. Some caused sleep. Others sharpened awareness. Every meal became an experiment conducted with one's own nervous system. Generation after generation, these encounters accumulated into memory. Not written memory. Biological memory. Cultural memory. Stories. Warnings. Rituals. Eventually, entire communities knew which plants healed wounds, which eased pain, which caused visions, and which could quietly stop a heart before sunset. Smoke became another way of asking those plants a question. Researchers studying prehistoric archaeological sites have noticed something intriguing. Burning changes plants. Heat breaks apart certain compounds, while releasing others into the air. Instead of digesting chemicals through the stomach, smoke carries them directly into the lungs, where countless microscopic air sacs pass molecules into the bloodstream within seconds. It is astonishingly efficient. Ancient people did not understand alveoli or receptors. They did not need to. Experience was enough. If a burning herb calmed pain faster than chewing it, that lesson survived. If another sharpened awareness during a hunt, that lesson survived too. Knowledge spread not because anyone understood the mechanism, but because reality rewarded successful experiments. One of the earliest plants humans likely inhaled was not intoxicating at all. It was sage. Across parts of Eurasia, and later many other regions, aromatic sages filled the air with intensely fragrant smoke. Modern chemistry has identified dozens of volatile oils released during combustion. Some repel insects, others possess antimicrobial properties. Still others simply transform the atmosphere itself. For people living inside caves, huts, or animal skin shelters, smoke was never merely smoke. It altered space. The air smelled cleaner. Insects retreated. Rot slowed. The boundary between practical survival and spiritual symbolism quietly disappeared. Juniper followed a similar path. Its berries and branches have been found at archaeological and ritual sites, stretching back thousands of years. When burned, juniper releases dense aromatic compounds that linger in enclosed spaces. Many cultures later believed these smokes purified evil spirits. Modern science offers a different possibility. The smoke may have reduced insects, masked decay, or simply signaled that a place had become special. Human psychology is remarkably sensitive to scent. A familiar smell can transport a person decades into the past. Imagine what repeated ceremonial smoke meant for communities with no written language. Memory itself became scented. Sacredness acquired an aroma. Then there were plants that did something far stranger. Across Europe, Asia, and northern Africa grows a shrub called mugwort. Today it survives mostly as an overlooked roadside plant. Yet archaeological evidence and later historical traditions suggest mugwort occupied an unusually important place in ancient ritual. Some burned it, others brewed it. Many believed it influenced dreams. Modern research remains cautious. The plant contains compounds capable of affecting the nervous system, though their effects vary widely depending on species, preparation, and dose. Scientists still debate how much of mugwort's reputation arose from chemistry and how much emerged from expectation. But perhaps that distinction is not as clear as it appears. The human brain has always been an active participant in every ritual it creates. Farther north, another fungus waited quietly beneath birch forests. Its red cap looked almost artificial. White spots scattered across its surface like frozen stars. Amanita muscaria. Few natural organisms have inspired so much fascination. Its psychoactive compounds can distort perception, alter body awareness, and produce dreamlike experiences unlike those caused by most plants. For centuries, communities across Siberia incorporated it into ceremonies with extraordinary caution. Not for entertainment, for communication, with ancestors, with spirits, with realities believed to exist beyond ordinary consciousness. Modern neuroscience explains altered brain activity. Anthropology explains cultural meaning. Neither fully explains why humans across continents repeatedly sought experiences that dissolved ordinary reality itself. Most people imagine these practices as primitive superstition. That assumption says more about modern thinking than ancient law.